Hello, Lions and Leos from all over the world. My name is Leo Otis Chitnis, and it's my honor and privilege to welcome you all to the 24th episode of Lead with a Vision, the annual and weekly leadership series hosted by the members of the New Jersey Visionary Cyber Leo Club of District 16J, New Jersey, USA. Today we have a very exciting presentation, but also we'd like to thank you all so much for sticking around and joining us. We know that this weekend a lot of our members are engaged. Elsewhere, they have the ACT, which is a college entrance exam. So we wish them all very good luck with that, and thank you all for continuing to support us and sticking around week after week. It really does mean a lot to us, and we couldn't do it without all of your support. One thing that we'd like to mention is a very special presentation at the end of this episode. We're going to have a Zoom after party. We're going to be discussing things about this leadership series and also how we can continue to lead with the vision in our own club. So we highly encourage you to stick around for that, and the link for that is going to be posted into the chat on YouTube, Facebook, and we've just added a new platform, Twitch. So please join us for that. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but one thing I would like to discuss very briefly is that this is a special part of our 25th episode celebration. So for episode 24, 25, and 26, we have a very great lineup set up, and I'll discuss more on what to expect in the coming weeks. But without further ado, it's my privilege to introduce our guests for today. Today we're joined by our Leo advisor, past council chair from New Jersey, and someone who I'm proud to have called a mentor for many, many years, my own father, Lion, Mahesh Chitnis, who's going to discuss a little bit about the history of the Lions in the United Nations, a special bond that we've had for over 50 years.
Hello, everyone. Greetings from New Jersey. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening for all of you who are logging in from different parts of the world today. This itself shows that how global we are. We are one of the largest global organization. Our presence is in more than 210 geographical areas, and we come together and be one group of individuals we are one association which serves the entire world. We have a unique bond with the United Nations, and the relevance of the topic today is because we just celebrated the Lions Day with United Nations yesterday. It was a virtual event, and we felt it is necessary to talk about the relationship between these two global organizations. The one represented the humanitarian causes around the world, and other who is been developed for the peacekeeping around the world. So let's start. How did it all begin? Between 1914 and 1918, we had the First World War. The world was in shambles. There was a similar pandemic that we are facing right now, the influenza pandemic. Everything was looked like a very, very pessimistic view of the world. With that in mind, the leaders of the world came together and decided to form an organization called the I'm just running ahead of myself. During that time, the Lions Club International was formed. On 7th of June 1917 was the birth of this great organization. And what you see on the screen is the first logo of Lions Clubs. That time it was not Lions Clubs International, but it became international organization very shortly. So as I mentioned, the world came together to build the League of Nations. The League of Nations was formed in January of 1920 to establish peace in some way. Unfortunately, There were still issues around the world. We faced the Great Depression in United States. The world economy was teetering, and the League of Nations couldn't really hold the peace around the world. They did not have that tooth to hold the peace around the world. They did not have the mandate to control the world. And so the Second World War started. The Second World War, again, got most of the nations involved. The peace was at stake. Everybody's life was affected. And we were facing this grim reality for our humanity. With that, the leaders in the United States came together and started thinking about how to bring in peace. And that is where Lions got involved on the world stage. When US Congress was discussing the formation or a mechanism to have a machinery for world peace, Lions passed a resolution in our international convention in Cleveland, Ohio, on July 20th, 1943, to support a resolution that was in United States Congress to form this mechanism to build an organization that will support the world peace. Just a little later, on September 21st of 1943, a US Congress passed a resolution to establish a world mechanism for peacekeeping. In February of 1945, just a couple of years later, Melvin Jones collected a group of nonprofit organizations in the United States and met with the Secretary of Treasury Secretary, and then also the Assistant Secretary for the State and for Public Affairs to discuss the formation of United Nations. In April of 1945, Lions Club International asked all our clubs around the world to celebrate United Nations Week to support the cause of the United Nations all over the world. Since we were a global organization by then, we were in a unique position to support formation of this entity that will support the peace all around the world. With that, in April 25th of 1945, there was this conference, a 2-month-long conference in San Francisco to decide the charter of the United Nations. They formed a treaty in those 2 months, wrote the charter. The Lions Club International representatives were called to write the non-profit, non-governmental charter of United Nations. That is how it all began. Let me sort of play a small little video to talk about the involvement of Lions in the actual process.
To San Francisco came 1,400 representatives from 46 nations.
In 1945, Lions leaders were among representatives who met to help establish the non-governmental organization section of the United Nations. And they threw their full support behind the new organization, calling upon clubs to support it as well. Lions Clubs International underscored its commitment to a certain and lasting peace for the world in 1946, when International President Pierce delivered greetings to the Paris Peace Conference, which officially marked the end of World War II.
When they left, I says, there goes our Lions international statesman working for world peace.
The first Secretary General of the United Nations, Trygve Lie, thanked Lions for their good wishes for the successful outcome for the whole work of the United Nations. In 1947, the United Nations granted Lions consultative status with the UN Economic and Social Council.
So that was the beginning. That was the beginning of United Nations and the relation between our two organizations. As I mentioned, the Lions Club International had a wider presence at that moment, and they were in a unique position to support the United Nations all around the world, lobby with a variety of governments, and support the formation of this organization, this new organization. There was another reason that we were in a unique position. That is our mission. As you know, our Lions mission is to empower volunteers to serve their communities, meet humanitarian needs, encourage peace, and promote international understanding through Lions clubs. Encouraging peace and promote international understanding was the mandate for this association, this new organization called United Nations. So we were in a unique position to work with this organization. And that is how it all started. That is how the bond between the Lions Club and the United Nations was cemented right at the beginning of this association organization. With that, the United Nations started celebrating Lions Day with the United Nations from 1978. We had, in the video you might have seen, there were three Lions past president who, the other three Lions who represented our association with United Nations. Similarly, since the Lions Club, the Lions Day with United Nations started, we had three Lions who represented our association to the United Nations. First was Robert Uplinger, then came Joe Robleski, and currently we have past international president Al Brandel, who hosts us, who manages the relationship between Lions and United Nations. We have several programs that you might recognize. Before I go into the larger picture, let's go through the couple of projects that we regularly work on. All the Lions and Leos around the world work on these projects. First thing is Lions Quest. Lions Quest is a social emotional learning initiative of Lions Clubs International, funded by Lions Club International Foundation. The United Nations program on the drug administration picked up on this program and used it into a variety of nations around the world. Lions Quest has become a go-to program for United Nations to empower our youth to stay away from the drugs and substance abuse. One more thing that all of us we have seen, we work on in every single club, that peace poster contest. Peace poster contest was developed keeping our relation with United Nations in mind and our mission. Peace poster contest was started in 1988-89, and it continues every single year. Millions of students around the world participate, and during the Lions Day with the United Nations, we award the winner of the Peace Poster Contest as well as Peace Essay winner. Peace Essay winner started in Peace Essay started in 2011, and since then we have both of them. The pictures that you see on the screen, those are the peace posters which were used for the UN stamps, postal stamps in various times. We have 18 peace posters who have been used for the UN postal stamps since then. So these two projects that we are all aware of, we all know from in the Lions and Leo's world. Then came the bigger involvement of Lions into United Nations. When United Nations decided to have the Millennial Development Goals in 2000, which was a 15-year program with several aspects to the program to have the international war with certain causes that the world was facing. Something like eradicating poverty, achieving the primary education, promoting gender equality, child mortality, the combating HIV/AIDS, and the environmental protection, and all that. The Lions were involved. They were part of this exercise. Let me sort of have one video talking about what Lions did with Millennium Development Goals between 2000 and 2015.
We are helping children which are suffering from malnutrition.
We are helping 29 families who are of the age 60 and above and who don't have anyone to look after them. This is a ration for 30 days.
The homeless know that we're here, and we serve them soup every Wednesday evening.
Yeah, take anyone you want.
A lot of families that we help just need a helping hand for a few months, and that's what we're there to serve.
It gives you the satisfaction of realizing you've done something for your neighbor, your community, for your country.
We helped establish the first school in the community that can educate both deaf and blind. My passion is to help children so that they can get a good education for their future. Without this program, it will be very difficult for some students to continue their education to the next level.
We work with 3 to 5-year-old children to prepare them for kindergarten, give them some basic skills. Good job.
We provide a nursery school, a play center, a children's library.
He has zebra's beans.
We teach illiterate women to read and write. We help them in class and also teach them how to use computers.
We are collecting backpacks and school supplies to send over to Afghanistan for girls who don't have school supplies or basic needs like socks.
It's great to know that we can help them and make a difference.
Water is life. When you provide water to where there is no water, you feel very happy because we are serving those in need.
The children had big tummies from worms in their bellies. Some children were dying from stomach aches. But that doesn't happen anymore.
This is really for us a pride because a borehole has changed the life of a village.
Premature babies need nutrition. The maternal milk bank provides more benefits to the newborns.
We have been involved in the Maternal Milk Bank project for 5 years to combat child mortality. It's a great accomplishment.
It means a lot for Ethiopia to have a proper measles immunization program.
If we can prevent measles in Madagascar, it will be a wonderful thing.
We are really very happy and very proud to see them coming with UNICEF and other partners to fight measles.
My hope is to eradicate all the diseases.
We dream to see a country where nobody will be dying from malaria, nobody will be going blind from trachoma.
We have been going out to the community to teach about HIV/AIDS and health in general. We want people to learn how to protect and take care of themselves.
If the paper is recycled, environmentally, that's great because we're reusing a product over and over. And that means that we don't cut down as many trees.
It's important to the planet because of the growing population, and we're just running out of forests and natural products.
The only solution to safeguard our Mother Earth is by planting more trees. Our Alliance made 34 lakhs of trees in a single day.
It's a very meaningful project. Water is an essential stuff wherever it is. The water is fit for drinking. It is not polluted.
We collect PET bottles in order to prevent pollution of the environment and nature.
This is not a one club, one city, one person project. This takes everybody. The more we can get everyone involved, the quicker we can have a greener planet.
As you see, during the MDGs, the Millennium Development Goals of United Nations, lions were the integral part of the solution. And that continued when the United Nations adopted the Sustainable Development Goal, SDGs, in 2015, 2016. If you have seen the videos, some of you might feel that there were quite a few lions who were doing that, but we are actually talking about the Leo leadership here. So where were the Leos? So let us focus on what Leos did for the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, all around the world. So as you see, the Leos are also doing a lot for the relation between the Lions and United Nations. We all work together. Lions and Leos come together to support our association in working with United Nations. And that is the lesson that we have for all of us, that like we are, even if we are working locally, our impact is global. We have sometimes we feel that these are the big organizations. The United Nations is a big entity, and how can we get involved? Or there are, as I mentioned earlier, there are simple things that like Lions Day with UN. I want to just run our involvement, our Lions and Leos involvement into the Lions Day with United Nations. We have been joining LDUN for more than 10, 12 years now. I have tried to get our Leo just into many of the pictures to just show how the time progresses and how we are involved on a regular basis with the United Nations. So here is a quick montage of pictures that our clubs joined the Lions Day with United Nations. Oh, even before going there, I just wanted to mention that the Lions Club has a representation on a variety of committees, organizations of United Nations. We are on United Economic and Social Council, where past international president Lion Hal Brandal sits in. That is the organization that helps us doing the Lions Day with United Nations. Then we are on the United Nations Department of Public Information. We are on UNDP, United Nations Development Program. We are on World Health Organizations. We are on United Nations Children's Fund, United Nations Environmental Program, UN Association of the United States of America, UN Office on Drug and Crime. That is the office which works with us with the Lions Quest program. UN Women, UN Interagency Network on Youth Development, UNESCO. With UNESCO, we have a program called School in the Box, which Lions sponsors, and that provides a learning experience for the children all around the world who cannot afford to have a classroom. Then we are on Food and Agriculture Organization and so on. With that, as I mentioned, I just want to show you a few pictures where we went to the Lions Day with United Nations. This is a long time back. You can see Leo just as a young child. We were visiting on a cold March morning, we were at the United Nations. This is with the Peace Poster winner of that year. The Lions Club had us into their Lions magazine, and that was that picture. So if you are in and around New York, please, in month of March, please try to attend the Lions Day with the United Nations. It is a great experience. It is good to be in the UN building. Many times we are hosted in the General Assembly building, and which is a great experience. Last year, we had a truncated Lions Day with UN because of this pandemic. I'm proud to say that our representative, our Leo Ojas, presented in front of the delegation about what Lions and Leos are doing to combat the drug addictions and substance abuse. With that, we will take a few questions, but as we ran out of time a little bit, I request all of you to join the after party. We would like to meet, since this is a sort of a impersonal platform, we would like to meet you on the Zoom. I know it is a little late for some of you, but I would love to have you join us, and we can have some chat and what you like and what you didn't like, so that we can work on the developing this program a little further. So thank you so much. If we have our host on, I would like.
Well said, Lion Mahesh. Thank you so much. And as Lion Mahesh said, that there is a Zoom link in the chat on both YouTube and Facebook for you to join us. I think that it'll be a great after session that we'll have for each and every one of you. We'll be joining that shortly after this session concludes. We can't manage both at once. We very much look forward to having you there. Before we go, I'd like to spotlight a few of the things that we have going on. As always, if you'd like to claim your attendance certificate, it's in a few places. There's a link scrolling down at the bottom of the screen, as well as there's a link in the chat, same place as the Zoom link. So please be sure to claim that if you'd like to have your attendance certificate. And as always, I'd like to spotlight a few of the upcoming events that we're very proud of that we'd like to spotlight. The first is the Lions Virtual Telethon, a very big deal that many of you may have heard of. That's going to be going on today in just a few hours. I know that'll be quite late for some of you, but I look forward to having you all there. I think it's going to be a very exciting program. We are here spotlighting the Zoom currently, so please be sure to get in there. You'll be in the waiting room until the actual session starts. One thing that I very much like to spotlight, because I am very proud of it, is something that the Leo Advisory Panel, which is a committee of Lions Clubs International, has been working on for a number of months. It's the Leo Advisory Panel Symposium, which is going to bring together Leos and Lions from all over the world to discuss how we can improve the Leo Club program within your own area. We're going to be providing a number of resources and tools that you can use to take back to your community and your club to enhance the Leo Club program wherever you are. I will drop the attendance link, the registration link, in the next episode of Wisdom's Vision, which actually is after that, never mind. So I will be sending it in the Zoom party chat, so that may be an incentive for you to join us. We very much look forward to having you there. And I said that I was going to discuss how this whole thing tied into our 25th anniversary celebration, 25th anniversary of this weekly series. So really what it is our celebration of having 25 weeks. So for this week, we had a distinguished speaker, Lion PCC Mahesh Chitnis. Next week, we'll be joined by Lion Donna Townsend, who's going to discuss how kindness matters and how we can make kindness matters in our clubs and districts. And then for our 26th episode, which it's all been leading up to, we're going to be joined by Second Vice International President, Lion Brian Sheehan from Minnesota, USA, who's going to discuss how we can empower Leos worldwide. So definitely, I think that these 3 episodes are ones that you're not going to want to miss. And we very much look forward to keep seeing you all there, and your support is very much appreciated. So I know that we are running over time, so we're going to see you all in the Zoom party chat. So look forward to seeing you all there. And thank you all so much.